Hello, everybody. This is going to be a very unique video. The title is Why I Resigned. Why I've resigned. I've had it. Enough is enough. And so please share this with everyone you know. Make sure that you get this out and Facebook, get this to everyone you know and share it, because this is probably one of the most important messages that I've done in a long time. So hi Bill, hi Eric, nice to see you guys on here. Hey Kai, hi Crystal, hi my lovely wife Terry. Definitely cool to have this discussion with her before I did this video. Some of you are going to want to share this with Josh and Jenna Zwagel. So hi Jennifer, hi John. Hi, Linda, Dustin, Tasha, Stephanie, wow, Victor, really cool. We'll give it just a couple of more minutes here. Pat, Linda, Jason, see people on here. Hi, Joshua, how are you doing? Latasha, Michael, Natalie, great to have you on here. I love our relationship, that is so cool. And yeah, so we'll just give it just a couple more seconds here, and then we'll get started. You're going to want to share this with everyone you know. Really important. And yeah, so I'm just going to get started. The first thing I want to do is I hope some of you can find it in your heart to forgive me, because I'm just going to come from my heart and just come from directly, no script, no nothing. So the title again is Why I Resigned. And again, this is going to be a very difficult and emotional video for me, because I'm bringing up a bunch of stuff that is very vulnerable, and I'm also bringing up stuff that's really personal, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it's amazing when you have focus and you have momentum, right? And, you know, your focus, I always talk about focus, on how important focus is. And you just get focused. And when you get focused, you have a different energy, a different frequency. I know you guys have heard, you know, Jenna talk a lot about this, and Josh. And, you know, when you're focused and there's momentum, it's just amazing. It's just amazing because everyone's income's going up. Everyone... ranks are going up. Everything is awesome. Everyone's making money, and you're making more money, and the meetings are huge, and everything. It's like all this momentum is just going like crazy. You're hitting rank advances. You get a bunch of praise and recognition. Everyone and your group is getting praise and recognition. You're doing giant pictures, you know, with your group and your team, and everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. Isn't there a song out there? Everything is awesome. I think my wife's already saying shut up in the back room. But then all of a sudden something happens. And what happens is, you know, for whatever reason, the momentum starts to stagnate. It's not going up anymore. And then all of a sudden, the energy shifts. And then all of a sudden, you know, it seems like everyone changed their focus. They're no longer focused on rank advancements. It's that the company, man, they're really messing up on the shipping. And then they change some of the products, and then they stop having some of the products. They change some of the formulations of the product. And all of a sudden, it's weird because your attention now seems like you're spending all your time and all your energy basically listening to your people, your team that used to be all excited. And now they're complaining, and now they're saying, you know what? You know, I don't think the product is working, and, you know, I don't believe that the product's doing what it is. And then all of a sudden the shipping is messed up, and all of a sudden they're changing the compensation plan. And all of a sudden you find all the time that you used to be focused on getting up in the morning and being super excited super excited about you and your team, and all your energy is all awesome. All of a sudden, it's not anymore. It's not awesome anymore. And now all of a sudden, people are bringing up why the shipping's messed up, and why the compensation plan's messed up, and why these certain products are not there, and why isn't this happening? And it's weird that in a blink of an eye, it seemed like, but it really wasn't. Not only does the volume stagnate, but now all of a sudden it starts to go down. And then people start losing their rank advancements. And so, they used to be, super affiliate, and now they're 500K, and now they're 250K. And as they're growing down, their volume would go down because the rest of their people are going down. And you just start watching the income go down and down and down and down. And you start going, oh my God, man. Oh my God. It's like all of a sudden, all my time was being spent talking to people that were upset with the company that we're in. You know what I mean? They're upset. Their checks went down. And then when you take your focus off the positive stuff, then what happens? You attract what you think. You attract who you are. You change the group of people that you're surrounded by. And now you're no longer looking at a group of people that are focused on the future. They're focused on today. They're focused on yesterday. And it's just, you just can't take this anymore. And so all of a sudden, when you realize that, your upline or your owners of the company won't listen to you anymore. They're not interested in listening to you. It's like, what do you do? So then you really find out. So then I started reaching to sideline, right? People that were also in the company. And I'm saying, how is your check going? They go, oh my God, it's going down. Their focus is not only this, now it's this, and then they sort of go backwards, and then I'm like going, oh my God. So now all of a sudden I realize that some of the other people and cross line for me, because first of all, I just thought it was me, and then I thought it was my group, and now I'm finding out there's other people that are in different legs that are having this same kind of problem. So then I get a lot of courage and I reach out to my upline, right? And I start to share with my upline all the negative stuff that's happening, and they agree with me. They agree with me. I'm going, wow, I thought I was going to call my upline and they were going to beat me up. You can recruit yourself out of any problem, Robert. You're just one person away. Just find new people. And I'm going like, listen, me and my group were sick and tired of hearing this garbage. I'm telling you, I'm tired of hearing this. And so all of a sudden, I started hearing my upline say negative stuff. And everything was like, oh, this is wrong, and I know this is not working, and they're making up excuses and all this stuff. And I finally just said, I resign. I'm done. I'm done. And so I resigned. And so Josh and I have already had really good conversations about this. And, there was one person, though, that didn't resign. They stayed in the company. And I know some of you are going to get mad at me for doing this to you, but this is the first time I resigned from a company called National Safety Associates back in 1991. 1991. I filled out a piece of paper and resigned from the company, and I'm going to get into a brand new company called Equinox International, and it is going to have better products. It's going to have a better comp plan. It's going to have a better system. It's going to have better everything. And what I realized, everybody, and please listen to my heart here. You know what I forgot? I forgot this is a people business. This is a people business. It's a relationship business. And I allowed my upline and I allowed my sidelines to tell me that it was about the company, that it was about NSA. And NSA, get this, the company used to say National Safety Associates. It was called NSA, and their logo had a heart. Their logo had a heart, the company with the heart. And in the end of 1991, they were selling water and air filters, and they sold that division of the water and air filters. They started adding other lines, nutrition products. Now the company is called Juice Plus. And me and people like like Todd Falcone and Eric Worre and Jeff Olson and Dan Stamen, all these guys that were big leaders in NSA, they started leaving like crazy. And Jeff Olson, the company used to be called Nerium, and now it's something else. So Jeff and Eric left that company, NSA, and they went to Quorum, another startup company. I went with my mentor to Equinox, and Quorum went out of business. And then Jeff and Eric started their own company called the People's Network, and that didn't work. And they sold it to Prepaid Legal. And then they went to Prepaid Legal and then got kicked out of Prepaid Legal. And then all of a sudden, Eric now is a signed trainer with Agile. Jump from company to company to company to company to company to company. Wait a minute. My wife is in the background going, no, it happened to me. I left startup company Equinox International. I now understand that this guy, Bill Gould, the company got shut down. I left the company and I went to another company, Quorum. Just like Eric and Jeff, just like the other leaders. And the company went out of business. Now I'm in Atlanta. And I'm trying to make money and replace the money that I was making in NSA. My checks all of a sudden went down to $9,000 a month and then went down further. So I left that company in 9 months. In 9 months I was with Equinox. Became an international marketing director, one of the top 5 people in Equinox. The FTC comes in, takes the company down. Then I'm in Quorum and they get shut down. Then I go over to a company called New Life in Atlanta. I start building a group and then they come to me and they say to me, hey, Robert, we don't have any money. We don't have enough money. So we either going to send people the product that bought it or we got to pay commissions. We can't do both. And all while this is happening, you guys listen. No one gets to hear about the bad decisions I've made. But I'm making so little money. My wife and my 2 sons, Matthew and Kyle, they're toddlers. I can't afford to pay rent. We get kicked out of our home. All of our stuff get moved into my mother and father-in-law's Quonset. A Quonset is a building without a cement floor. And my wife and my 2 sons have to move in with my mother and father-in-law. We had to get on welfare. And I'm sleeping on a frickin' mattress at Marilyn Moss's place. Mike Hickman knows this. And I'm sleeping on a mattress in a garage in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm just like, what am I going to do? And then I became part owner of a company. It's funny. It doesn't come to me right away. Personal Growth Technologies, PGG, in Michigan. And we were selling audio tapes. And all of a sudden, that company ran out of money. And ladies and gentlemen, listen, from 92 when Matt was born, 93, 94, and the first 3 months of 1995, I didn't make hardly nothing in this industry. Zero. And then all of a sudden, my wife gets one of these card decks and, living with her mom and dad on welfare. And she gets these card decks and she's looking through there and on one of them's ACN. See, I had, when I decided to leave Equinox, two of my really dear friends, Tony and Mike Kupas, they decided to start a company called ACN. And my ego's way, way, way too big. Edging got out. And two of my downline come to me and go, hey, Robert, you know what? Why don't you come with us and help build this company called ACN? And I'm going like, no, I taught you guys. I've made more money than all of you combined. I'm not doing that. Why don't you, which listen closely, you guys, listen closely. Why would you leave and go to another company when the person that's asking you to go, just very simply ask him, can I see your last year's earnings? Can I see your last year of earnings? Because with MDC last April, everyone was excited. We all promoted for a one sale, broke company records, and made our checks bigger and our ranks higher than they ever been. And then everybody went, now there's no promotion. What do we do now? I know what we need to do. Let's pick the company apart. Let's pick Josh and Jenna apart. Let's find everything we can wrong with My Daily Choice. I mean, do you guys know that Jenna's Waggles got dreads in her hair? What the hell's wrong with this woman? Josh, he's out in the middle of nowhere someplace. He's got pictures on quad runners, looking at snow in the hill. It's like, well, what is wrong with these guys? Yeah. Did you allow that to happen to you? Did you start hanging around the wrong people? Did you start listening to the wrong stuff? Yeah, I did it too. Not once, twice. So now my children and my wife are living with my in-laws. I don't have any money. And my wife takes this card deck and she sees ACN. And Terry reaches out to the godfathers of our sons that were the top producers with me in NSA, now known as Juice Plus, and now they started their own company called ACN. And she reached out and told Mike and Tony, listen, man, Robert for years has been going from company to company to company to company to company to company. And man, reach out to him. And so Mike gives me a call and Tony gives me a call, and I lied to him. I'm admitting. I lied to him. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Oh, my God. It's going great. Great. No, it wasn't. It was like some of the worst years of my entire life. And they said, hey, we're doing a training in Atlanta, and why don't you stop by? And I'm going like, yeah, I'll stop by. And Tony and Mike learning on the way we used to build a company, the company is doing well. They've been doing it since 92, beginning of 92. They're doing hundreds of millions in volume. And Tony and Mike look at me and go, hey, Robert, listen, why don't you come over and work with us? Come on, let us fly you to Detroit, let you look at ACN and what we did. And here's my ego. My ego goes, hey, you know what? Show me what you made. And they knew I was going to say that. So both of them whipped out a check, just like I did to them. and showed me for the first 3 months in ACN of 1995, they each made over $250,000. And they said, been in business for a while, we got documented stories, we're making money, and I threw my hands up. So now I go in March of 1995, and I go to work doing the basics again. As soon as I started doing the basic again, magic. When I started focusing on helping people make extra money, what I knew how to do, magic happened. Flew up the ranks. At that time, they only had one position like MDC called Super. It was called Regional Vice President. I hit the position. I was number one and my team was number one every month, every quarter, every year. So in 1999 and 2000 and 2001, I got awards for being the number one RVP in that company. Got the awards to prove it. I was there for 7 years, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001. Then they started a new division called ACN Energy. And Terry and I moved from Atlanta. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, as soon as I got in, John Melton was with ACN. John, I don't know if that was your first company. You could put in there if it was. And so now all of a sudden I'm focused. Oh my God, I'm focused. We got momentum. People are we were taking and building regional vice presidents. This is 3,000. Was it 3,000? No, it was 5,000 customers you had to have. Listen to that number. Listen to that number. 5,000 customers, and you only could have 1,000 in each leg. You couldn't count them all. You had to create different positions to actually get people there. John's like, I got John in this big time. We're like, oh my God, going house to house, no internet, no cell phones. It was nuts. And everything's going great, and everything's going great, and everything's going great, and everything going great. And then all of a sudden ACN decides to do some changes. How dare a company change to become better? How dare they? See, we were making millions of dollars off long distance at 15 cents a minute. Then it went to 10 cents a minute. Then it went to 5 cents a minute. Then it was free with cereal. If your customer base is changing and the volume's going down on the company, should you just go out of business like Blockbuster? Should you just go out of business like Kodak? Should you just go out of business like Toys R Us? I don't know if you guys know this, but there's this thing called the Fortune 500. Out of the 500 companies, do you realize 400 of them were not in the Inc. 500 3 years ago? So when you look at the top index, if these companies don't change, they disappear. And so now we're selling ACN Energy. It didn't take long for me to make money, and Terry's now got me and my boys with me every day. We're now starting to get a car. For a while, we didn't have a car. And we're rebuilding our lives. And so ACN Energy was deregulating in California, packed all my stuff, came out here. And because we could sign up with Pacific Gas and Electric, we could sign one customer that counted for two. We got their natural gas and their electric bill. Do me a huge favor, John. And I see all the leaders that are in this group right now talking about the companies that they went to, the next great idea. Let's get in first. No, thank you. I've been in startup companies. They disappear. So now I've been with this company 6-7 years. We do ACN Energy. We're creating RVPs in 90 days. 5,000 customers in 90 days. We're breaking the top position RVP like it was freaking popcorn. Then all of a sudden, the customers are not getting hooked up. So if the customers are not getting hooked up, the customers are not saving money. And if the customers are not saving money, then we have no residual. Thank you, Linda, Tina. I just love you guys. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, we got to find something else to do. So me, 6-7 years now, driving my income all the way up the top, and then something slipped in my head. My ego again. Now I'm listening to everybody. Oh, my customers are not getting hooked up. My customers are not saving any money. This is not so easy anymore. Oh, why? Everybody's crying. I'm listening to everyone. And then I really messed up. Here's where you mess up big time. You listen to all the people that are whining and complaining in your group, and I did it again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again, expecting a result. I should have caught on. I should have thought about this. No. Hey, is your check going down? Yeah. Did you drop rank? Yeah, I dropped rank. Did your check go down? Yeah, my check. Yeah, hey, you know what? Let's talk about all the negative things that are wrong with ACN. Let's talk to Sideline. Let's get everyone together and talk about the negative. And it's just like a relationship. Every one of you have a significant other that you love. It even could be your children. It could be your parents. It could be your grandparents. When you every day think about how much they suck and all the things that are wrong with them, oh my God, you become who you hang around. And so all of a sudden, I get my ego up, and now I'm talking to my best friends, Tony and Mike Kupas, and I'm telling them all the things that are wrong with their company. This hurts me, and my wife knows that it hurts me. My relationship with Mike and Tony Kupas, they were my top reps in NSA and Equinox before we left. They saved me, got me out of my ego. We made incredible money. To tell you how incredible Tony Kupas and Mike are, when we hit RVP as a present, this was in 1999, I think we were number one. They bought my wife, not me, bought my wife a brand new Suburban right off the showroom floor. Bought me a Rolex. I mean, oh my God, they treated me so well. And now my conversation every day with them is how much their company sucks. Why did they change this? Why didn't they figure out this? Why isn't this happening? Why is the checks going down? Why is the ranks going down? Why is the products messed up? What about this country? What about this country? All of a sudden, I took my focus off people. Helping people make an extra $500. Helping people make money. Doing a super simple 2x2x2 theoretical example to replace the money that the inflation hurt, that the gas prices hurt. I'm focused on people. Not everyone becomes an affiliate. So the people that don't become affiliates, help them get a small customer base so they can get a passive residual income and they can build leverage. Do you guys understand Amway? Amway went up $400 million last year. They went from 8.5 billion to 8.9 billion. And you can go on the internet right now and find millions of people that will tell you how bad Amway sucks. They talk about how Amway sucks. They talk about how the products suck. They talk about the comp plans suck. They talk about the training suck. They're never, ever, ever talking about people. They lost their focus on the most important thing this business is, helping people Terry, what's the statement? People helping people. People helping people. And all of a sudden we think it's about the company and everything. So listen how smart I am. My wife and I go to, I think it was Atlantic City, and I get that award right there. So outstanding RVP for ACN. And Tony and Mike tell me to come up, so I'm walking across the stage for every award. Number one for customers, number one for recruiting, which is called customer acquisition bonuses. I get the monthly records. I get the quarterly records. I get the year records. I get recognized. And then Tony and Mike say, hey, can you come up to our suite? And me and Terry walk in there. And I can see that Tony and Mike are really, really, really upset. They're really upset. I'm going, what's wrong? And they go, well, Robert Stefanowski doesn't think that you're a really focused company person, so you're not going to be on the Circle of Champions this year. And I said, why didn't you guys fight for me? And they go, we did. I can't stay. I'm going to resign. Why I resign? I not only left the company, I sold my position to Mike and Tony Kupas for $1. And when I left that company, listen closely, I had to tell everybody. I felt like it was something that I was privileged to do. Where now that I'm not with ACN, let me tell you how much ACN sucks. Let me tell you how everything they're doing sucks. How the people that own the company suck. And this makes me emotional. I totally destroyed my relationship with the best friends that I had at that time. It was their company. They never ever taught. We ran into them a couple of times, but I totally lost my relationship with the godfathers of my sons because I was focused on talking about all the negative. So you guys be careful right now, because there's people that are leaving your company. There's people that are leaving at MDC. And if you don't ask them to look at a year's of income, show me your year income. Show me what you did after April of last year. Because the companies didn't make the changes until April of this year. So if you knew what you're doing, if you knew how to train people, if you knew how to do stuff on social media, if you do all the stuff that you say you can do, why didn't your income stay the same in May, June, July, August, September, October, November? If you lost your rank and you haven't been able to regain it in 6 months, you're doing something wrong. You're focused on training, not people. You're focused on other things, being the deal, being the brand. You're in management mode. You're not leading by example. And when your checks keep going down, then you are feeling like you're imposter. See, now you're an imposter because they recognize you. Hey, here's so-and-so at 500K. Here's so-and-so at 250K. Here's so-and-so at 100K. And they're not that position. They hit it one time. They might have maintained it, but they're not that position anymore. So they dropped the ball. They took their eyes off people and helping them get a check. Now you guys are really going to get slammed with my next part of my story. There was a guy named Jeff Roberti. Jeff Roberti is known as the $100 million man. I think now if you look at business from home and look at total income earners, lifetime earners, I think might be 110 million. Remember the story I told you about me resigning from ACN and then going from company to 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 company. There was one guy that didn't leave NSA. They changed their name from NSA to Juice Plus. They sold the water and air filtration division of their company. They not only changed their name, they changed the compensation plan, they changed the products, they changed everything. And you know why they changed everything? Because they said they needed to be futuristic. They got to look for the future. They got to look directly for what is going to be the future. Kodak didn't do it. Blockbuster didn't do it. Toys R Us didn't do it. Do you guys know that AOL had a chance to buy Google? Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix. And they didn't change. So all the leaders, see, this is what we heard. Me and my wife were laughing the other day, because what makes you a leader? So some people are calling people leaders. There's leaders leaving MDC. What is your definition of a leader? A leader that forgot people? A leader that's focused on building their brand, them as an individual, instead of hashtag one team, building the people? See, I'm not smarter than the people that left MDC. I'm just wiser. And you know where wisdom comes from? Making a lot of effing mistakes. I didn't do it once. I did it twice. I read Think and Grow Rich. Listen to this, you guys. I read Think and Grow Rich, and it said an average person will totally lose everything 3 times before they keep it. And you know what I said? Give me $1 million one time. I'm not that stupid. Yes, I am that stupid. Because I focus on the wrong stuff. So everyone left, and Jeff Roberti stayed. And he kept doing the basics. And all his leaders left. Dan Stamen went and built World Ventures that is no longer in business. Jeff Olson went and built Narium after he left 3 or 4 companies and then had to rename it. These leaders all left and went to companies and kept having to go to company after company after company until one day you go, I'm not doing companies anymore. I'm just going to be a trader. I'm not going to build network marketing anymore. I'm just going to train it. Interesting. That's probably another video I'll do. So, Jeff Roberti stays with the company, goes back to the basics, helps people get an extra $200 to $500 in their pocket, and help them get a couple of people that do it, and help them get a couple of people that do it. And he's been there for 35 years. Changed the name, changed the product, changed the comp plan. Just like people that are also at the top of the list for lifetime earners that stayed with Amway forever. Interesting. How can you stay with a company that sucks? The name sucks, the product sucks, the comp plan sucks. No, a person like Jeff Roberti has 1 million active people on auto ship, which MDC calls subscription. I know Terry's listening in the background. Can you guys imagine, instead of following my stupid upline, Jeff Roberti called me. Jeff Roberti called me in December of 1991. Hey, Robert. Hey, Jeff. How's it going? I'm hearing rumors that you might leave. Yeah, I'm leaving. He goes, listen, I'll work with you personally. I'll work with you one-on-one. You can fly out to Sarasota, stay at my house. If you want to, I'll fly out to where you are. You and I can work person to person. You know, the 7 people between you and I, if they decide to leave and go to a new company, you could stay here. You could stay here and work with me. Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Jenna, Josh was 1. I said no to Jeff Roberti. And Jeff Roberti, I would have been front level to Jeff Roberti, and Jeff Roberti would have showed me, and we would have kept doing the basics. And so even though Jeff Roberti is the $110 million man, what kind of impact could I have made? What kind of difference could I have made if underneath him I was the $90 million man? You hear my wife in the background? Yeah. And you guys know people that keep leaving companies. And if you hear this out of their voice, first, if you don't ask them to see their income for a year, I'm going to say it. You're a freaking idiot. You're an idiot if you make decisions off emotion instead of documentation. There's nothing wrong with MDC. Terry and I are focused and going straight to master affiliate. The changes that Josh and Jenna have made have come at a financial difficulty. And they knew there was people going, they knew that people were going to cry and blame them for making the compensation plan more lucrative for the people that were working. Josh and Jenna made a conscious decision that, you know, if these are the people that are getting the customers, they need to get the largest amount of money. It's not fair that they bring in a customer and get the jump start, and then it could be a coin toss whether or not they would qualify for a binary. And so then they don't get paid on it next month. How many people want to build a residual income off loyal, satisfied customers, and you get paid off them the first month they buy, but maybe not the second, third, or ever again? Josh and Jenna could see that there was something in the comp plan where for some reason we weren't retaining the customer getters. How can we keep the customer getters? Pay them. Pay them. So when I heard about these changes, I'm wiser. See, I had already made a bad decision 35 years ago. And well, not 35 years, because I was with that company from like 87 to 91, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. So 4 years. And then I left that company, and then I'm with a company for 9 months. And then I'm with a company for 2 months. And then I'm with a company for 3 months. And then I'm a company with 4 months. Have you guys noticed this? There was a large group of people that left MDC for the crypto world. Yay! Oh, Forsage? No, we're not. No, we're not in that company anymore. We're in this one. Oh, really? How's that going? We're not in that one anymore. We're in this one. There's people out there that were making the most money they've ever made in their career in MDC that now have been in like 8, 9 companies. There's people that I know that are 50 and 100Ks and 250Ks that I think they're in their like 11th company. You know what's so cool about Facebook? The same thing that is bad about Facebook. See, some of these people don't even realize that you can go to their profile, click on pictures, click on their pictures, and scroll back 90 days to 6 months and see what company they're in. And then scroll back 90 days to 6 months and see what company they're in. and then roll back 3 months and 6 months and see what other company they're in. There's so much about them and so much not about people that they're always promoting. Oh, I jumped in this company. I went out and slandered the company. I told everyone how bad the company is. I told them how bad everything is because I'm a leader. I can't build it, with just my skills. So I'm just going to say everything negative about the company. Comp plan's messed up. That Josh and Jenna are messed up. Everything's messed up. So then they're able to pull a group of people, and then they get a little blip. They get 1K, 5K, 10K, 25K. Then what happens? So here's another bit of wisdom from all my effing mistakes. Why would you get involved in a company to build residual income unless they're 5 years old? Why wouldn't you follow somebody that would show you and prove to you their documentation of residual over month after month, year after year, year after year, year after year? See, I'm going to follow Jenna's wiggle. You know what I mean? I haven't made $5-6 million a year. Income disclosure, chances of you making it slim to none. You do the right things, you get the right results. So when I met Josh and Jenna, I've already gone through. So I had this big hooray and ACN, and then I left. Oh my God, I started it all over again. See, my wife right now wants me to stop talking. Because some of you think that I'm a genius and that I'm a guru. I'm just telling you how stupid I am. So I left ACN, sold my position for $1, ruined my relationship with my best friends. And then what did I do? I know what I'll do. I'll start my own company. I'll call it UPC Sites. So I built the software. And people could pay me $500, create a website, and then pay $50 a month. And we were growing like crazy. Oh my God, this was so much fun. And it was growing and it was growing and it was growing. And then all of a sudden we stopped growing and people started canceling their $50 a month. And I was going what's going on? Some of them were really close to me. I called up, hey, Greg, listen, I see you stopped your monthly membership. Why'd you do that? He said, oh my God, Robert, I didn't want to tell you. I said, tell me, I don't care. We're friends. He said, have you ever heard of MySpace? MySpace? He goes, Robert, you could create a free account, put all your information on it, and connect with all these people, and you get to do it for free. Gone. Everything I built. I didn't see the change coming. Like Josh and Jenna, I didn't see the change coming. So just like long distance, now I got to build all over again. So then I get involved in Tahitian Noni. I'm there for a couple of years. Then they explode. All of a sudden the owners get in a fight and they split the company apart. And now there's Zingo. And now there's 40 different companies that have an exotic fruit drink. They took all the money away from all the leaders in international expansion. So then from there, I go to Pro Travel Network. Now I'm selling travel, just like YTB. And then unfortunately, Paul Henderson, the owner of the company, died. And when the company died, so did my income. Are you guys getting this? And then in 2009, I got involved in a company called Gano Excel. First thing I did is started teaching chapters out of this book. Why? Because Jeff Roberti and Don Fela, they override 1 million active people. Isn't it funny that when things change, I go back to the basics? So then I build that company, 758,000 people, doing $4 million a week in volume, over $1 billion in sales. And then the owners in North and South America They get in an argument with Mr. Liao in Malaysia. Stole the database, the company's gone. So you guys want to hear, like, who was it, Paul Harvey? Now, for the rest of the story. Paul Harvey. Paul Harvey, good day. Now for the rest of the story. So I just ride that company, and believe it or not, I was anti-network marketing. Oh my God, 6 companies, went all the way to the top, became #1 owner, and now this happened again. So now I really made a stupid mistake. I painted the whole network marketing industry. And I decide I'm gonna build a brand. Let's build a brand. RobertHollis.com, the life mechanic. Dun, dun, dun. Robert, you got to write a book. Okay, I'll write a book. Robert, you got to speak at events. Spoke at Eric Worre's event 5 times. Was the anchor speaker. Association of Network Marketing Professionals. Anchor speaker twice. Speaking at Ray Higdon events. Speaking all over. One of the best intros I've ever had in my life was from Nadia Milton at a Ray Higdon convention. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you, John. So now I'm not going to do network marketing ever again. I'm going to teach people how to build a brand. What? 97% of the people, 95% of the people are not sales types. And now you're going to teach them to be a brand? Not everyone can be a brand. Not everyone can do videos. Not everyone can do that. If you can do it, do it. I made that decision to do that after I made the money. And so, hey, you guys want to hear another mistake? So now I'm building a brand. I don't like it at all. So I almost got recruited into a company called Vima. John Milton was there. And all of a sudden I get called into Salt Lake City to meet with one of the nicest people, Tim Howardson, and also Brian McMullen. They're some of the neatest people on the planet. And I go in and there's a change of plans. I'm going, what's going on? Vima just went out of business. What? Yeah, the FTC shut them down. Since you're here, let's go look at a company called Modere. Sometimes the timing is just not right. So I get in Modere, but so does John Milton. So does Nadia Milton. And I'm like, I get in, a majority of the people in my group are in South America. And I said, listen, I need all this stuff translated into Spanish. Robert, no problem. We'll translate it all. How long will it take you? We'll do it in a couple of months. So that was August of 2015. Yeah. And I said, we'll do it August, September, October, November. I said, listen, I'll give you to the end of the year. Flew up the ranks. And as I flew up the ranks, they didn't get the conversion done, the translations done. John, I don't know if you and I have ever talked about this. But I could have stayed. I could have let them figure it out. No, you become what you think about. I had already painted the world negative. I'm not doing MLM anymore. I'm going to do affiliate marketing. I actually won some affiliate contests, second place also with Ray Higdon. So now I'm doing all affiliate marketing. No residual. You have to keep doing it. Have to create new courses. Have to do new books. Have to totally build a customer base. Got to continue to do it. I love freedom. I love lifestyle. The same thing that I bought into 35 years ago when I heard Jeff Roberti and Bill Gould talk about this. How about building a large, satisfied customer base? A large, satisfied customer base. I said, nah, I'm done. 2016, build the brand. 2017, build the brand. Are you guys hearing something? Hated it. It's not for me. I know that building brands are great for people like Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, which, by the way, I bought every one of their programs, went to every one of their seminars, and did my best to try to create a brand. There was one thing missing for me: people not getting results. I even hired Ray Higdon. And I would say, Ray, Coach Ray, if people buy your products and pay for your coaching and then they don't get any results from it, how do you deal with that? Asked him again at the last MDC convention that he spoke at. And he goes, Robert, it's just like going to college, man. If you give them all the information and they go through it and they don't apply it, it's not your fault. And I went, golly, I'm not going to do that. Then for the end. So I'm sitting around, me and my son, Matthew, going to do really good. I've been doing really good. I haven't gotten too emotional. Rest of the story. I see that my son, Matthew, he's helped me build roberthollis.com, Life Mechanic, all the courses, Confusionsoft, merchant accounts, people lying about the coaching and sending it to their credit card and paying, they pull the money claw back out of your accounts, all of this stuff, And I see that it's bothering my son, so I shut the door in our office and I look at Matthew and I said, Matthew, what's wrong? And he goes, Dad, I just can't do this anymore. And I said, then don't. He goes, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be building a brand. I don't want to be doing all this technical stuff. It's not fun. I said, then stop it, quit. And he looked at me right in the face and he says, Dad, this is how you and Mom make your money. I can't stop. This is how you guys take care of yourself. I looked at him right in the face and I said, I will take care of that. I will take care of that. And that's when I made the mental decision that I'm not living my life like that anymore. I am fucking done. I'm not going to have my children feeling the heaviness or the responsibility to take care of me and my wife. That's my job. That's my job. And if some of you are affected by me saying something, a cuss word, listen, you've said worse to yourself before. Just get over it. I said, I'm not living like this anymore. And I went back to my glory days. Who sings that song? Glory days. Glory days. Who is that? Come on. Bruce Springsteen, talking about the glory days. And I went back to the years that I had these incredible, listen, I'll just say this one statement. It still blows my mind. I know of 65 people I've helped make over $1 million in commissions, but 9 of them own their own network marketing company. And 1 year, I went to 10 different countries and 10 different days and spoke to over 1 million people live. Wow! All in Latin America. Peru, Argentina, El Salvador, Ecuador, Colombia, Panama, Puerto Rico, Mexico, just do at one place after another. And I thought about my glory days, and my glory days was in network marketing, multi-level. One quick story I'll share with you is we got delayed on a flight going into Ecuador, and the flight was delayed. It was supposed to be in there like 10 o'clock or something like that. And it got so delayed that it got in at 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. So we land at 3 in the morning, and as soon as we land, I get out of the plane, and as I'm walking out of the plane, I could hear these people, like a lot of people were talking, screaming and stuff. And I was like, what's going on? And I go through customs and get my luggage, and I came around the corner, and there were thousands and thousands of people standing in the parking lot with signs. Welcome, Robert. Welcome, Robert. We love Robert. There were thousands of people that waited from 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. They waited in a parking lot for 6 hours waiting for me to get off the airplane. These are people in countries that don't make a lot of money, that an extra $100 US, an extra $200, $300 a month US changes their lives forever. They're the first person in their family and their friends to buy a new car. They're the first ones of their friends to buy a home, a new home. That was my heyday. And so I started thinking about that. I even thought, man, maybe I should go back to Gato Excel. Maybe I should fly out to Malaysia, meet with Mr. Liao, jump back in and just do that. And while I'm thinking of this, how many of you know that thoughts are things? Thoughts are things. I'm like, golly, okay, I got to do my research. I got to find a company. I got to do this right. I got to do this right. I got to go back to the basics, and I got to do this right. And my wife says, hey, I had this CBD oil from a company called Club 8, and they went out of business. And she says, I'm so bummed. That's all she had to say. She doesn't tell me to do anything. She's the world's best hinter on the planet. You're welcome. Thank you. She said, you're welcome. So I go on the internet, and I write most documented CBD. And this third-party lab report shows up. And at the top of it, it says documentation beats conversation. Wait a minute. I own that patent. I own that slogan. Documentation beats conversation. Even though all of you know that everyone says it, that's mine. I got it from a multi-billionaire named Roger Penske. I worked for him in auto racing. Most winningest car owner ever. And I brought that into the network marketing world. Documentation beats conversation. And I'm like, there's two parts of me. Wow, I found what my wife's looking for. But on the other hand, who's this person using my phrase? See that it's HempWorks. I look up HempWorks. I start going through Facebook. HempWorks, HempWorks, HempWorks. I find the number one earner in the company is this girl named Jenna. I found her on Facebook. She's not my friend. Some of you are too busy building a brand. You won't make this next move because of your ego. Jenna had her affiliate link on the front of her Facebook page. Ding! I click on it. Page shows up. I buy my wife a 500. I'm a builder. I'm a builder. Why? Because I'm doing something for my wife, which ended up to be what I would think for you would be the number one reason why you should do anything. Is do it for people that you want to help. Do it for people that you love. See, when you do it for yourself, you just decide not to do it. I don't have to. I don't have to. You're a conformist. You're lazy. You're a procrastinator, just like me. I'll do anything for my kids. I'll do anything for my wife. So I'm waiting for this product. I'm waiting for this product. And all of a sudden, my wife says, I put her name in, put everything in. And as soon as I put her stuff in, my wife says, hey, listen, we're getting these emails saying that there's a new affiliate under you, that there's a new affiliate underneath you. It's so funny. I just opened up my phone and what do you think the messages say? There's a new affiliate under you. Let me grab this quick. Yeah. These are all the ones that happened today and yesterday. You got a new affiliate underneath you. 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 You got paid. You got paid. Shows up on my watch. And I'm going, how many of you got an ego? How many of you are willing to admit that you have an ego? For those of you that don't admit it, you're lying. EGO, edging God out. You think you know everything. And so all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, Jenna and Josh, I didn't even know what the relationship was. This company knows that Terry's my wife, and they're just putting people underneath me, trying to get my attention. I can guarantee you they did not know that Terry was in the business. They didn't even know that I was looking. This is why I say to you, it's so important for you to just get people into the best back office with the best comp plan, with the best company that Robert Hollis is aware of. So now I'm logging in and I'm looking at stuff and I'm looking at the comp plan and I'm going, are you freaking kidding me? And I'm looking at the back office and the technology and the app and I'm going like, holy, I've never seen anything like this. So I reach out to Jenna and Josh and I said, hey, can we do a Zoom? And they went, sure. Get this, you guys. These are people that know how to change. Josh and Jenna didn't even know what Zoom was. I said, listen, let's jump on Zoom and do a video conference. And Josh gets on there, and you guys know Josh already. You know, I'm talking to a guy that is younger than me, younger than the amount of time that I've been in network marketing. And Josh and Jenna immediately just had this incredible rapport. I could tell that they were just average people. My wife was sitting on the couch with me, and she's been with me on this whole flipping journey. And she goes, I like these people. I like these people. They really care. And then Josh says, hey, how much do I owe you for using Documentation Beats Conversation? And I laughed and giggled and I said, listen, nothing. I don't care. You should have asked me. Yeah, I should have asked Terry. If I would have asked Terry, you know, maybe Josh would still have to be paying us for that. But now he's already paid us $3.8 million. That's good enough. All right? And then they said the funny thing, Documentation Beats Conversation, do you want to see Jenna's back office? Yeah, I do. And you guys still hear this in my story today. At that time, a little over 4 years ago, March of 2018, March maybe 7, 8. Got in March 6th. That's when I bought the builder. And Jenna showed her back office, and that month she made $252,000 for the month. I don't have to see anymore. Would you guys please listen to this statement as I close it? People can't take you to a place they've never been. People cannot take you to a place they've never been. If you guys don't start asking for people's documentation, I'm telling you right now, you're an idiot. Don't make the mistakes that Robert Hollis made. You can either learn from your mistakes or learn from my mistakes. And so when I seen Jenna was making $252,000, there's only two things that popped in my mind. She knows how to do this business. Josh knows how to do this business. They both know how to do this business. And as God is my witness, and they're both on here, so if they're still on, I said, listen, Josh and Jenna, you can put Terry and I any place you feel like we could do the best. I need no deal. I need no leg. I need nothing. Wait a minute. I do need something. I need owners that can build a home for me and Terry. I don't want to do this over and over and over again. How can you build a frickin' residual income if every 3 months, 60 days, 6 months, you're in a different company, you're in a different company, you're in a different company? You do not understand network marketing. Are you listening to me? No deal, no nothing. Put my credit card in, upgraded to executive, and went to work. Doing the basics. Flew up the ranks of super affiliate. Then making 100,000 a month, 80,000 a month. Took some time off. I really focused. About a year and a half in, our check started growing so big. I went to a convention for My Daily Choice, and I said, I resign. And they go, what? I resigned from building a brand. I should have been super affiliate already, but I've spent too much time being a brand, being a guru, being a teacher, or being a professional frickin' network marketer. The other people that are doing both are just more talented than me. If they're building a brand, doing trainings, doing courses, doing events, and building a multi-million-dollar business, those are some frickin' special people. I'm not one of them. So as soon as I made everything free, got rid of Infusion Shop, got rid of a lot of people were mad. We were making really good money off subscriptions with my brand. Got rid of Wistia, got rid of thousands of videos. Everybody was going, you're out of your mind. A couple months later, we were a super affiliate. So, why am I telling you this story? Because there's some people right now that are not focused on people. They're focused on them. And they're going to make decisions and get a deal someplace. And if you follow them without getting the documentation of what they've done in the last year, you're stupid. You're going after feelings. If you listen to other people that tell you all the negative stuff about the company, about the comp plan, about the system, about the product, if you hear people talking about things instead of people, they're not focused. That is the worst person that you could get sponsored by. Why? They think it's the product. Oh, this company's got a better product. Oh my God, this company's got a better comp plan. Oh my God, this company's got better tech. There's no one that's got better tech than MDC. Nobody. So if they're getting you emotional by saying negative stuff about another company, John Melton posts about this all the time. If you got to build a group by trashing another group, another company, another product, another comp plan, then you don't understand this freaking business. Because if you can pull a group out bashing another company, then the people that follow you now know how to make money trashing the company that you're in, and they'll go to another company. You just taught your people how to jump. I've done it. I did it. So in closing, 2 more statements. 1, if you guys really truly know what I've done in this industry, I get propositioned almost monthly. Millions of dollars up front, given a position, all this stuff. I look at their comp plan. I look at their documentation. No, thank you. So I don't know every company. I don't know every comp plan. I do know I have 11,500 people in My Daily Choice. And all I need to do to go to master is turn that 11,500 into 56,000. If I need to make more money, I need to bring in more people. I need to focus on helping those people get money. It's a people business. And I don't know of a better vehicle. This book first teaches you that you need to learn how to drive and you need to learn how to build. Then you jump in the vehicle. You wouldn't allow someone that didn't have a driver's license, that didn't know how to drive, you wouldn't give them your keys to your car and let them drive. See, some people just want to jump in a vehicle and wreck it, and then get in another vehicle and wreck it, and then get in another vehicle and wreck it. I already know where Josh's head is, and we're going to teach you how to drive. And after you learn how to drive, I'm telling you, MDC is without a doubt like Elon Musk and Tesla. You don't have to like Teslas. You don't even have to like Elon Musk or Josh and Jenna Zweigel. But if you jump out of this vehicle, you're jumping into a worse vehicle. I'm telling you right now. I don't know every company, but I know where Josh's heart is. I know where his vision is. This guy does not have to do this. Jenna does not have to do this. But yet they sacrifice their time and money because they don't want to be Kodak. They don't want to be Blockbuster. They don't want to be AOL. They changed. Netscape Navigator. Do you guys know who Netscape is? When's the last time that you said, hey, go out and check Bing? Go Bing that. No, we say go Google that. Other people got browsers, it's just no one uses them. MDC, with their technology and what Josh and Jenna put together, will go down in history as one of the best network marketing multi-level companies of all time. And I'm going to pull a Jeff Roberti and a Don Fela. I'm going to set my ass right here, learn to help people that will listen to me, build a residual income that will change their family's tree. There will be children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren that are going to thank you for making this decision. Staying here, learning to drive, being the best vehicle ever. There. So I said it. The last thing I want to say to you is everyone that watches this video, live or recorded, you'll never be able to ever say again that you never had a chance to change your life. All the free training that I have with the vehicle and the training that Josh and Jenna have, you no longer can say that you never had a chance to make a difference. You never had a chance to get on the other side of money. You never got a chance to be fulfilled and be happy. This video, along with others that I've done, is stealing that from you. You could make the decision that you don't want that stuff. That's okay. You could be lazy. You can be a complacent person. You can do whatever you want to. But you got to stop telling people that I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to find people. I don't know how to build a business, because I've taken that all away from you. Be honest with people. If you decide to not do MDC, it's not MDC's fault. It's not Josh and Jenna's fault. It's not the compensation plan's fault. It's you. It's frickin' you. My wife said it this morning. Wherever you go there. So these people that have left this company, keep eye contact on them. Watch them really close. Let them prove that they know how to build people. This is a people business. You know what my very first question is to leaders? This is the very first question. Can you give me a couple of names of people that you've mentored or taught that are making more than you? What? Give me some names of people that are making more than you, that give you credit for their success. I don't have anyone like that. Then you don't know what the hell I know. Because I have a lot of people in my lineage, my mentorship, my teaching that make more than me. And they're still teaching the same stuff. So learn from people that have created 1 million active people in their group. I want to be the Jeff Roberti. I want to be the Don Fela of MDC. And for those of you that are orphans, for those of you that don't have anyone to listen to, for those of you that really, really need the right steps to follow, just go to roberthollis.com/free. I, for free, will show you every flippin' step. Well, I don't want to go there and sign up in a page and sign up for something. Great. Then go to youtube.com/roberthollis. I got playlists. I've been putting a video together. Almost every day I've done a video. And I'm sorry that this one's long. But I'm tired of people blaming things outside themselves. Didn't Michael Jackson say it best? Got to look at the person in the mirror. Got to look at the person in the mirror. If you're not learning, if you're not growing, then whatever problems you had in this company, you're going to take to another one. You better work on you. You better learn people. You better learn communication skills. You better learn the ability of getting other people a paycheck, getting other people a rank, getting other people that are getting a payday and a rank. Learn that. And when you learn that, your rank will go up and your income will go up, and you'll stop looking for things that are negative. Every day I get up, I am so grateful for my freedom. I'm so grateful for my mentors that taught me the proper way to build a business. I'm so grateful for Josh and Jenna. I'm so grateful for MDC. I'm so grateful for the people that are in Terry and I's organization. The Aaron Parkers, the Candace Bird Davis, the Tomas, Adam, Esteban, his father, and all the people in their groups. I am so grateful for the people that are in our organization, because without them, we're nothing. So it's easy to get back on pace. It's easy to get back focused on the most important thing. The way to greatness is the service of many. The way to greatness is the service of many. Stop making you the deal and start making them the deal. I love and appreciate you. Please share this with people that you know. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. But you gotta work here. You gotta work here. You gotta learn to serve other people. And until you learn to do that, you gotta get really good at just pointing people to the people that do know how. This is not about training. This is about getting people a payday. I love you, appreciate you. Thank you very much, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.